Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is my series called How to Be You. My name is Mica and I'm here with my friend Gloria El-Achkar. She's an actress, model, photographer, and we're going to talk to her today about how to be her. How to be you. How to be you, Gloria.
How to be me. Hi.
Welcome to my little series. Thank you for joining me.
Well, I feel really flattered, Mica, because I feel super empowered by you and I am with you. And every time we get together, it's always like, power up, power up, power up. Like you empower me, inspire me, and to be the best version of myself. So
thank you.
Thank you.
But I can say the same for you.
Oh.
Because since I moved to LA, you've been one of my constants. Like I know that it's so hard to find good friends in LA that'll actually help you genuinely, and you've been one of those people.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be cool to start with, how did we even meet?
Oh my God. Acting class.
Acting class.
Acting class.
With Ivana.
Where we pour our hearts out and we're vulnerable and we say our darkest secrets. And we kind of relate because we're all the same at the end of the day. Like we're humans. But we actually bare naked souls when we do our acting, and we did that in one of the top acting studios in the world.
Drum roll, please.
Ivana.
Shaba.
Yeah.
Masterclass.
Our acting mom.
So how long have you been working with Ivana?
Oh wow, I've been at the studio for like, I would say 6 years, and I was like full on, you work yourself up to her, right? So I started at Advance and worked with two different teachers, France, who recently passed, may his soul rest in peace, and Michael Moggs. So I did them two very different acting approaches with this technique. And then I finally, after the pandemic, straight from Zoom, got right into Ivana's stage, and I was freaking out. And
were you nervous?
I was like, Michael, no, you can't do this to me. I need a few weeks with you on the stage.
But before you were in her masterclass, did you already have interactions with her?
A little bit, like at the bar, Frankie's, the restaurant. We always like saw each other, and I was always around. I audited every class before I go into her class, so I was a dedicated student.
Okay.
It was like a good big goal of mine. Like I need to work with that.
Yeah. How did you find out about her?
You know what? It was like word on the street.
There's so many acting coaches, right? Like a lot of people give recommendations.
Yeah.
What made you choose her and her style?
It was like the word on the street, right? Everybody was like, she will tear you apart and she will spit you out and you will cry on stage. People like bare, they bare their souls. And I was like, I want that. I want that. Like, just rip me apart. Like I wanted to get to know myself and feel empowered, and that's what she does.
And were you already acting professionally before that? Yeah,
I did. I went to a bunch of studios before that and worked with different acting coaches, and it was always like it always ran out like 2 months in, and I was like, okay, I want to move on. I got what I needed. With her, it was just like, this is home, this is community, and this is like where I want to grow as an actor. Yeah. And I never forget, like after pandemic, we were just like a little clique of community, and it felt like home and safe.
I definitely felt that because, I had known Ivana since I was in the Philippines, and she came to do a masterclass twice that I was part of in the Philippines. And my biggest dream in terms of learning acting was to come to LA and take her masterclass. And I had no idea the pandemic would end up bringing me, like literally moving me to LA.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, this is my chance. I'm gonna go see Ivana and see if I can take her class.
Wow.
I actually started with France. It was one class with him. And then Ivana called and was like, you're not wasting your time. Come to my class now. And you were one of the first classmates that I had on my first day. You came in with like a black bomber jacket that I was like, dang, this girl's stylish. Like, I love her vibe. Her skin tone is so bronzy and glowy, and she has big hair.
Oh.
And you just walked into class like a star. Like, I was like, this girl must be on some shows. I don't know. Like, but I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna sit here quietly and patiently and just make my way and figure out if I can learn from them. And like, you guys just felt so professional.
Wow.
That was my first day at Ivana's class. That's what my thought process was, I guess.
It's crazy to hear because every single body in that class comes in with like the most insecurities and like fearful and nervous.
Well, it's because
she's like a power lady. Yeah. And you're scared of her, pretty much.
Yeah. And also you want to be good.
Yeah.
Like you want to show her that you're picking it up and you have something to offer.
I mean, you come in and you have to be prepared. Like that's just how it is. Like,
which is good training in life because people are not going to be like spoon feeding and sugarcoating everything in life, especially in this industry. Right?
I mean, she prepares you for set work and like working with the top, right? She prepares you to like, hey, this director would never take this. This director would never have this going. Like this director will like shout at you until you get it. So how are you going to be prepared? Are you going to cry in a corner? No, you just got to be like, all right, I'll pivot. Sometimes they write for you at the very end of the day and you're like, oh, I got to do this whole dialogue differently. So that's...
Do you think taking Ivana's workshops has really prepared you for real life productions?
I mean, hey, my biggest booking after her was Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta.
Wow.
And they're no joke because it's one take only. So you have one take only. And I was so nervous because I got a straight recurring role, right? For All the Queen's Men. And I had to play this Mexican cartel bitch.
Oh my God, that's so perfect.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, the character was very poised, but very dangerous, but very elegant. So like the mood board for her was like insane. And just preparing Ivana's structure to that was everything, because you go deeper. Like, how do you connect your own life to...
Was that a comedy production?
No, it's a pure like drama series.
Oh.
Yeah, like I shot up clubs from my iPad. I had, you know, it was cool. It was cool. But I felt so prepared for those types of roles that I could do one take and I'll be good with it.
What was it like working with someone as
Tyler Perry?
Prominent as Tyler Perry?
I was so nervous, but I kind of just went in being, my character name was Lotus, so I just came in as Lotus.
Every single time?
Every
moment on set was you were Lotus?
Yep, because I had no time to like chit chat or anything. I just had to be on, because I was like the newbie, right? I was the one that guest starring recurring role.
Were they warm? Like, were they welcoming?
Everyone was super welcoming. Everyone was so nice, and they wanted to rehearse. The good part, Tyler had people who were like designated to rehearse with you, from makeup chair to your own like little room, all of it. They like followed you with the script.
Oh,
like,
the
let's
script.
rehearse. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So you had that safety blanket, but you know,
but obviously
set,
not with the co-actor.
Right. No.
You just show up on
some
set.
of them were like, "Hey, let's rehearse."
Oh, nice.
So like the main actor who wrote the book that turned into a show, he was like, "Let's rehearse," and I was like, "Wow, okay, sure."
It's like,
let's
I know
do
what
it.
that's like.
Yeah. And one thing, the biggest note that I got, he's like, "I'm not supposed to say this to you, but when I saw your casting tape, you were so different from everybody else reading." He's like, everybody was yelling. It was like oh, you cheat on me, blah, 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 kind of that story. But your anger was like in here, and you were so poised and like, yeah, I see what you're doing. And he's like, that stood out so much. And that's why I got the part.
Wow.
And it's kind of crazy to think, like, they cast out of New York, Atlanta, and LA.
Yeah.
And I got it.
Yeah, hell yeah, girl.
I was
That's
like,
a big
why
win.
me? Yeah, it's crazy. And that I'm very proud of it, obviously. And, we're still working towards it. And I shot a feature film a leading part, first leading part, coming out soon.
Oh,
New
can
cycle.
we talk about that yet?
Yeah,
or no?
yeah, we can. We can for sure. Like
Okay.
Omar Gooding is one of the guys on it, and he's doing a bunch of promo for it now. So
Cool.
yeah, so I can talk about it. Playing an anchor,
news anchor? Oh, I love this because we get scenes like this
Yes.
in class.
That's crazy, right? Yeah, I did a scene like
Like,
that.
what was that movie?
It was
The
morning morning show.
Morning show. I did that scene
I did that scene too.
Yeah.
I think we did the same part.
with different partners.
Yeah, yeah.
So was that helpful?
It was, but you know, you got to put on like an anchor voice, right? Because we didn't do
Modulate,
those scenes,
yeah.
very like, and I was very surprised to wow, I can like go there and turn into that anchor that just talks with that voice, the very demure voice. And that was like one of the biggest parts. And I'm still like nervous to see how the outcome is, but they're talking about theater distribution, and so we'll see. That's
gonna
like
be
one
so
of the
good.
biggest parts too that I just shot.
That's
beginning
exciting.
Of the year.
Congrats.
Thank
You know, nowadays it's so hard to even get a casting.
Yeah.
So, and because of all the strikes and how the industry's changing, and it's like going from traditional to streaming and all of like content, social media, there's just so many avenues for people to view content.
Yeah.
So like real actors that are really studied and are like, that is a main passion in their lives.
Yeah.
It's kind of, you think it's diluted a little bit because of the times?
The times, and also like how it's spreading around the world. Like Hollywood used to be Hollywood. Like this is the main place for acting, all the shows. And now it's being spread out around the world, and we're getting less, and we're so saturated.
Right.
So, I mean, hey, we got to pivot, right?
Yeah.
And I'm ready. I mean, my two biggest projects have been in Atlanta, and I've lived in LA. So it's kind of like...
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Like you don't actually have to live in LA to book these big roles.
No, not at all.
So like when you're not acting, what else are you doing? Because I know how much of a creative you are.
Yeah. I feel like if I don't create one day, I kind of lose myself. I feel I kind of go down. So I have to create in some way. Luckily in this crazy town where we have to pay a lot to live, the quality of life is not like amazing. Modeling has been one of my bread and butter, commercials and modeling. And I've done that. I started modeling at 15. So it's been with me for a long time. I just took a big chunk of break, and then I started after having kids. And
By the way, how many kids do you have? Because of all the things that you do, I feel like I respect you so much for being able to do all those creative things and raise your family.
Yeah, it's the good part is that we're all doing it together. So I carry them. We went into this together, and we're doing it together, and they don't know anything else but, you know, working on set or seeing me tape or being creative. So they're so used to it. Do they want to do it? Not sure. Now that they're in their teens, they're like...
All four of them?
All four of them. My youngest is like, I mean, she's like, I want to act. I want to do this. I want to go to the Oscars.
Oh, nice. Oh, she knows what she wants.
She knows. She's had momentum this year.
Cool.
So yeah, modeling, commercials, thank God. I really enjoy being in front of the camera.
Yeah.
But I also love creating and taking pictures of people. And that's something that it fulfills my downtime when I don't have modeling work or commercial work.
Because it's also important to diversify.
Yeah.
Because like it's just not a steady kind of like
not
structure.
like
There's no structure actually.
But there's no structure, but there's also no guarantee. So like being in between jobs as an actor is like reality. So you don't know when, and you have to be okay when not knowing when you get the job. So it's kind of like you really just got to work on your mental state and do everything that makes you feel good. From working out to journaling to write your own things or take classes, you know. And I'm at Groundlings now, and I feel like I'm a child again. and I'm working on my instincts and comedy. So that's a challenge that I took on because that's an unknown territory for me.
Yeah.
And that's how I create right now as training purposes.
So it's training, but it's also inspiring you to create and
Yeah.
like kind of channel all of those creative juices out.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even have to ask you no questions. You have dropped so many gems already. I'm like, you're the best person to talk to for things like this.
Honestly, like just me seeing you, like I said, like you bring out, I'm like, you're a big reminder of what I do. And a lot of times, like you said, in LA, it's all solitude. And
It can be lonely, right?
It can be very lonely. And it's really important to have community. And if you don't go to classes, you kind of tend to, and as a creative and as like a goal setter, it gets lonely and it gets kind of delusional. You have to be delusional to do this work.
You have to be a little delusional, a little crazy.
Yeah.
See, that's where we process our crazy, though.
For sure.
You know, I feel like actors, creatives are such good people and in touch with life and feelings, emotions, and just energies because we have an avenue and a place to pour all of that crap into. And it turns into something beautiful, whether it's acting on camera or taking a photo.
Yeah, it's storytelling.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's storytelling. Whether you're a content creator, and I'm just amazed by the work you do on your social media.
Thank you.
Like, it's so diverse, and you're showing us your life. Like, that's very inspiring, and it makes me feel like I need to get back on that. So
It's hard.
It's hard. I did UGC before it was UGC. Like, I went and bought my favorite stuff, and I did videos about it. But I didn't get paid. And sometimes I got free stuff, and I was like, yay!
Yeah.
I love this stuff.
Isn't it crazy how that's so normalized now?
It's so normalized, and that's like the biggest marketing tool. And I am really impressed.
Well, thank you. Because it's also not easy. It's a lot of work. And sometimes, I have my Delulu days where I'm like, what am I doing? Like, where is this going? It's just going out into the ether.
No.
But I just have faith in the higher power and the universe that I was brought here for a reason. And there's these certain skills, talents, and like visions that I have for my life and myself that I think I was meant to figure out how to get there and do that. And I feel like we connect because we have very similar
life paths
and personalities and in terms of pursuing something
like
bigger
just
than ourselves.
goals. Right. Like we're hungry for more. Like we're not settling.
Yeah.
And that's like, if I feel like any type of comfort, I get really mad at myself. And then I'm like, let me find something else uncomfortable so I can grow.
How do you not get stressed out, or how do you balance and like make sure that you don't like spread yourself out too thin?
Right. That's the big thing I face as a challenge, is like I get really like a scarce mindset, that it's like scattered, not scarce, scattered mindset, or scattered mind and thoughts. And the biggest thing for me is if I have everything written down, and I start my day with moving my body and drinking water and journaling, and just those, like even 5 minutes per those three, moving my body, or like being outside, journaling, walking, whatever it is, that makes me feel like centered, and I could tackle each thing that I want to do that day. So I just write down the daily goals.
Yeah.
And even if I do 2 out of 5 or 5 out of 10, I'm very happy, because then I just move it for the next day. So not like beating myself up, because I think that's, most creatives do that.
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to be better at it.
Right. And
It's
it's
just a
like,
work in
it's just high achievements that we have high standards to achieve. And that comes from my childhood. So we just gotta like be okay and be kind to ourselves.
Yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, like I have my days where I'm like so down and like freak out or stressed out, and I just know what to do to kind of calm myself down. It's meditation. Just quiet your mind. Just like, okay, recenter your thoughts, your mind. Where do I want to go? What do I want to do today?
Yeah, that's
and sometimes
so
you can have your mental health day where you just like binge watch a show or like relax, you know. I think that's okay too.
Yeah.
Yeah, eat your favorite foods.
No, but all of those things are exactly the same things that I apply or try to apply in my life.
And you show that to people, and that's inspiring. You're like, it is okay. This is what I do in a day, you know, whether you go into chiropractic or, you know,
like the chiro videos.
Yeah, or like, this is me when I'm waking up, or this is me when I clean my house. Like that's real life.
Yeah.
And that's incredible.
Well, because I mean, everyone does.
Everyone does it. So just
it's fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be glitz and glamour all the time.
That's the thing.
Like if my audience wants to see me glitz up and glamored up, they can watch my TV show or my movie from like all my projects back in whenever. But there will be more of those. It's just right now I feel like it's like grind mode.
You're bringing authenticity to yourself, and that's branding yourself as like, hey, I'm also a human and not just a superstar, beautiful goddess. Like, you are human and you do daily things like everybody else, but also grind towards my dreams and goals.
Yeah.
And you wear so many hats.
That's a good reminder. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because also sometimes you get caught up in the grind mode that you forget that you're also legit
Human.
No, you're a human, yes, but you're legit also a talent. You have
producer,
like all of the big things that we like to put on our resume, or like what we work so hard for.
What we thrive for, exactly. And it's like, sometimes it feels like, will this ever be? But then you're like, well, you are you now, and that's all you can be right now, here. And then just work towards whatever you want to be, but be okay where you are now.
Yeah. So nice. I love talking to you.
I love talking to you.
and I know we can talk and talk and talk forever and ever. And so maybe we should do a part 2 or part 3 or part 4.
We could, you know,
but
we definitely could.
Right now, I'm really happy that you came and joined me on this little...
I'm very honored.
Couch that I...
Couch thing. Couch
little situation.
Couch session with a coffee.
Yeah, because it's also... I also want other people to be inspired by you and what you do in your story, just how you inspired me.
Oh,
so thank you for sharing.
Thank you for being you.
This is gonna be love fest now. This is always how we do. We're like, I love you. No, I love you more. I love you more.
You're better. No, you're better. I love you more.
No, you're better. But see, that's the beauty of this kind of friendship. It's rare that you can find women that are actually supportive, like genuinely supportive. Yeah. And we need more of that in the world.
100%.
So if we
especially in a city like this.
Oh yeah.
Like, we need to have gatherings, like inspo gatherings.
Inspo gatherings. I know, we should start something like that.
Yeah, it could be like clothing swaps and inspo, and then it could be like something else, create, swap creative ideas, or just a kind of a networking
Somebody
thing.
Recently told me, don't be afraid to talk to people about your ideas, because half the time people are way too busy with their own shit to even take your idea and run away with them. Yeah. And if it's so easy for other people to take your idea and run away with them, then it wasn't the best idea, because, great things take time, great things are hard to accomplish, but that's exactly why it's hard.
But they would never do it the way you would do it. So even if your idea goes somewhere else, like artists throughout centuries have done the same thing, but they're so different.
Yeah.
So your unique touch to anything will be so different anyways. And again, knowing how to market yourself, knowing how to tell a story and be unique and authentic, that's where it's going to be success.
Yeah.
There's a lot of evil out here, but also,
But where is there not evil? There's always good and bad everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's like a given.
Exactly.
We just have to know how to navigate and stand our ground and stay true to our morals.
and be in touch with God.
Hell yeah.
And that's how it is.
Thank you. Wait, can you tell everybody how they can follow you? And
Yeah. Well, I'm also a photographer. Photos and Lattes is my photography Instagram, and then my personal is Gloria El-Achkar. Follow me there, and I should be better at creating more content. I'm inspired now. So, cheers.
yeah, so make sure you guys to follow Gloria and join us on our journey to greatness and success. Cheers to
And
that.
living authentic.
Yeah. Thank you. Love you.
Love you.